Hey, this is Andy from Mixed and Key. Today we're going to be looking at how we can create chords from an existing melody. So as you can see on screen, I've created a simple melody in Captain Melody. I've also created some drums in Captain Beat and a bass line as well, also using Captain Melody. Let's just have a listen back to this, see how it sounds. Okay, so nothing particularly complex there. I will do a separate tutorial on how to create melodies like this using the counterpoint technique, but today we're going to be looking at how we can write chords which will match this melody, or any melody that you create. And Captain Plugins has a unique feature in which they connect together and show tensions, and that's the colours of these notes here. So blue means in scale notes, in chord notes. Green, there's slightly more tension. Yellow, slightly more tension again, and red are probably not going to work at all, they're out of scale. So we can use these colours and the connectivity between Captain Melody and Captain chords to our advantage to see which chords are going to work with our melody. And I'll just show you how that's done. Let's open an instance of Captain chords. Now, just to give you a bit of insight into this little beat track that I've made, this loop, I started with Captain Beat. I made a sort of down-tempo style, break style loop, and then I tuned it to B minor. I then wrote the melody in B minor, just setting Captain Melody to B minor. And then I added a bass line which just matched the bottom line of the melody. So there's nothing complex there, but just to give you an insight how I started to make this and build it up. And normally I might add the chords first and then write a melody to match the chords. But for this tutorial, we're going to write the melody first, which I've already done. And now I'm going to show you how you can use Captain Melody and Captain chords together to figure out chords for your melody. So we've got Captain chords open. What we'll do, we'll change this to B minor. And we'll just open Captain Melody as well. And we'll name this Captain chords. And we'll even change this as well to make it nice and pretty. Alright, let's open Captain Melody. Right, there's our melody there. Now, if I change this chord here, you'll see that these note tensions will update. So let's try that. First, we need to make sure it's connected. So let's just do that. There we go. Right, you see they changed colour? If I go back to B minor, see these notes all work with this chord. If I choose this chord, it doesn't really work, does it? What we can do is we can set the loop around 1 bar and just change the chords until it sounds great with the melody. Let's find a different sound preset, something more in keeping with the style. Let's go for Dub Rhodes. Okay, we'll just turn this up a bit, turn it down here. Let's go for -10, see how that sounds. That's better. Alright, let's try some different chords. I think we can all agree that doesn't work. It's not as bad. So you can see some of them sound good and some of them don't sound so good, and the ones that sound good tend to have more blue and green notes, the occasional yellow note. So we can use this to help us decide which chords to use in which position of the melody. As a rule of thumb, and what I normally do, you don't have to do it, but I normally start with the root chord of the key and scale, in this case B minor. So we'll just go back to that. You can see straight away that it's most likely that is the right chord for that position. And then what we'll do is we'll add another chord. And we'll just change this loop to here. So So that kind of works. The tension's a little bit out there, but it does work. Okay, so F sharp minor I think is the chord that works best there, and then we'll move on to the next chord and we'll try something else. Just need to move our lip. Okay, that works quite well, and you can see the note tensions are all what we would want. Let's add another chord and move this again. We'll try. Yeah, I like that. I'm just going to try something different. In fact, let's listen back to the progression along with the melody and see how it sounds. Okay, so this chord here isn't quite right, so let's work on that one. Yeah, let's listen to that again. Okay, I like that, that's cool. So the first note, there is only blue and green, first chord I should say, there's only blue and green, and then we've got mainly blue with the occasional yellow note, which indicates there's a little bit of added tension, which we want for this style of music. So that works really well, and you can use this just to quickly flick through chords and see if they're harmonically compatible with your melody. What I do like to do, because we've got 4 bars here, what we could do, we could use the same technique. The melody will remain the same, but we could actually add some variation in the chord progression. So what we could do here is we could duplicate this. We could just try changing one of the chords in the second repetition. So let's try this. Let's change this to A major. And we'll just increase the loop length. Let's try that. So there you have it, that's how you can use the tension and the connection between Captain Melody and Captain Chords to write chords for an existing melody. I hope this has been helpful, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.